Oh, that's awesome.
You are now reacting to the 8-member boy group Stray Kids! Woo! And their title track, Sori-kun, off of their 2021 No Easy album. Say No Easy quickly.
Noisy, noisy, noisy.
Noisy.
Noisy. Ho ho. Whoa,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
memes.
Okay.
They're on that next.
So the English title for this track is actually Thunderous, while its Korean title, Sori-kun, is a title for traditional pansori singers.
Oh.
You do love that pansori stuff.
Yeah, I remember pansori.
So pansori is a genre of musical storytelling performed by a vocalist and a drummer. In this song, Stray Kids proclaim themselves as Sori-kun and the Thunderous One. So some context behind this, antis have tried to criticize Stray Kids' music by calling it noisy and loud. So in this song, they're embracing their role of being noisemakers, and they're saying that there's no way their ego can be lowered by people trying to bring them down with those kind of comments. This song is composed by 3 of the Stray Kids members, Bangchan, Han, and Changbin, also known as 3 Racha, and the producer, Hot Sauce.
3, 2, 1.
Click.
Ooh,
Oh, I love the animation.
I like it.
It's like a widescreen
Yeah.
video.
Whoa!
Oh. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he has a really light timbre.
Wow.
That's really Pensoli.
That's cool. Like that little descending line there. Some traditional instrument in the back.
What is that woodwind instrument? That's crazy.
Oh, that's a nice upper harmony. Oh, what in the world? This is great. Oh man, I really like this. Horn. Is it a horn? It's a French horn? Oh my god, the drums. They love triplet stuff. Like they love quarter note triplets, and that just slaps. That's crazy.
Triplet.
Wow. Thanks, Felix. I like that. Where did their hands go? Yeah. How did they do that?
The panning on that hi-hat's pretty cool.
Oh, there's some really low bass, really low frequency.
Ah!
I like the drum cycle on it. It's like a very free sound.
Bass.
That bass is crazy. That bass is so raucous, oh my gosh.
It's like rock drum set. It's like super loud cymbals.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like a grand finale.
Oh.
Wow. That's radical. That's amazing.
What musical elements stand out as the most radical?
Oh my gosh. I love how rhythmic they use the spitting motif and thunder to create like big rhythmic hits. You kind of hear it in other Stray Kids songs when they bring in like gunfire,
But this time it's just all natural, like either nature or nature.
1 million respect to the producer. His creativity is off the chart. This is basically based off from trap beats, trap kind of genre, but then he didn't add a lot of hi-hat, which is like probably one of the most significant, that characteristic thing. He just kind of like back off a little bit so that it doesn't sound that kind of trap beat, but instead they replace it using like that kind of cymbal, Korean, I don't know, traditional cymbal sound to replace with the high frequency. And that's such a brilliant idea. So I can still hear the full frequency and then it still sounds good, but then I can hear some of the traditional characteristic from it.
It almost feels like a celebration of like Korean culture. Even the animation style is very Korean webcomic. It's very Korean superhero webcomic. I don't know, I was like, dang, this is really cool.
Also the rapping, like, what? Very fast. Very impressive, very clear. I'm a fan.
Going on what Rafi's saying, you only like go as fast as people can understand it. With that comes a lot of like diction, like your consonants have to be super clear. You have to like know like the register style, you know when to like modify your vowels and stuff like that. You have to know like all that good stuff. And also you have to know when to breathe. So there's a lot of thought that goes into speaking fast or rapping fast. They were very clear with it, which is really cool.
Oh my gosh, like the rap verse at the beginning.
Yeah, he was doing
There is this one, I have no idea what was going on, but I want to go back to it.
He was
Just going real fast, yeah. Like there was like ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba, but then there was also like almost fivelets or something. It sounded like not.
Yeah,
I don't really know. It sounded like he was speaking, but it was definitely like in time.
Yeah, that right there is a fivelet. Like at the end of that first bar.
Yeah. What does a fivelet sound like?
So like if this is like triplet.
And it's really hard to line up. So it's pretty impressive that like it lines up so well.
It's like a seamless transition between the triplet meter and the what's it called?
Fivelet meter. No, that's not a thing. Yeah. The beginning just like really struck me. I was
so
like, how did
aggressive.
he do that?
Yeah. In your face, like super like percussive spoken rhythm stuff. Yeah. I also agree. I love how Stray Kids likes to differentiate their like they create variety, not in just like different melodies and pitch, but even just in the pitch of where they rap. Like they might rap a little higher in their registers or lower, depending on the verse or the energy they're giving off. And their rhythmic flow changes for each section too, to give that sense of variety. And nothing really earwormed in this for me as far as melody goes, because the pre-chorus was more of like a build-up and like almost like improvised riffs building up to the chorus. But it's just the drop with like the electronic sounding brass and the which is just so badass that really sticks out and sticks with you. And it's successful.
You mentioned the electronic brass, and I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I like how that's something that I feel like I can connect to like their other songs too, because I feel like they use brass a lot. I think what I really like is that it's really not melody heavy in terms of the back instrumentals, and yet there's still substantial melody in there. Like they focus a lot on the rhythm, but they don't forget about the melody. Like it's a great balance to have for a song that's very reliant on rap. Like the verses are mostly like Sprechstimme or like speak singing or like rapping. Or, like, that's what it is, dude.
No, I just haven't heard that word in such a long time, and that's totally like a classical musician's react thing to say.
Yeah, I just think the balance is great, because like if you want to have a song that's so heavy on rapping, like it should still have melody to it, and it absolutely does.
They know exactly when to add silence, and I think that is so effective. Even the part where like it was like the pat, and then they were like ha ha ha. Just like the anticipation and the excitement that they build is so thrilling.
Yeah, I like the twi so much, but this drop beat, this drop line, I don't think it's the best one that they've done. They're refraining from certain EDM tropes and making it a bit more like about the horn line, but I think I like their just straight up in your face songs a bit more.
I think it needs one more thing. It has the beat, it has like the thriller in the voice, it has the what's the plant thing? There's like when you're trying to arrange topiary, you have a thriller, a filler, and a spiller. I feel like they had the thriller, ba-dum-dum, ba-da-da-da, and they need like something to fill it in the middle, in between the drums and the vocal. If they had something that was like right in the middle there, then it would feel full and it feels like it would be good to me.
I don't think this is like a downgrade in Stray Kids song quality. I still think they're maintaining the high standard that their songs have. I think they do have a style and they're really, really holding on to it, and they're making these songs that feel compact and they're a little shorter, but they do pack a punch.
I feel like it has so much character. Like they're all full of their own unique way of expressing themselves, and like they all have their own interesting like life to them that I think gives Stray Kids such an interesting, like that's why they're so interesting to watch, is that they have so much character.
Oh yeah, this part. Oh yeah, they do the Phrygian. No, that's really cool. And then they do the why you mad, why you sad. There's just a lot of... each section feels like a rap verse with iconic moments, you know? And I think as a rap hip-hop song, this succeeds the best.
One of the things that I noticed first off was how different each section is of the song. It goes through like, I don't know, 3 or 4 like totally different feels in the first like minute. I kind of would expect a song like this that's just kind of groove based to be, I don't want to say stagnant because it's not necessarily stagnant, but a little bit more similar and just like groove focused. You know, like a lot of hip hop music is kind of like that, and this is totally like kind of coming out of that hip hop style, but they kind of take it a totally different direction. Every, I don't know, it's like 16 bars go by and then it's like we're in this spacey like section, and then it just goes into, you know, the trap like build up, and then it's like the drop, and then it, you know, it just kind of keeps switching, which is cool. I mean, as a listener, it's like whoa, whoa, and they throw in all these cool little sounds and, you know, little like chops and stuff. Like I like that where I don't know, at the end of the chorus section or something, it kind of goes like whop whop whop. There's kind of does the same thing. It's like chopped up.
I love how the bridge, instead of doing like let's switch to like something pretty and melodic now, they just kind of laid it back a little.
Yeah. I feel like there was this like kind of like swing kind of a feel. It's like the meter was like a bit faster, quicker than the very end, and I was just thinking like, oh, this is like kind of swinging. So I started like trying to listen to like what the beats are doing. And I think like what's cool is that there's that like really stable, like really like fat bass drum sound, like eighth now I guess. Yeah. And then but on top of that you have that like triplet feel, and then just like the combination of those two, it just like feels good.
What were the ear candy moments to you?
There were lots of little, okay.
There was the one at the beginning that really caught my attention was like there was like a car horn where it was like beep, 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 and it was just like panned all the way hard, like tremolo, pretty crazy.
That was it.
There we go, that's it. Like that's really sick.
Oh, it was this instrument. I loved this. No, it sounded like what I know as a hammer dulcimer. You know, it's like a very Americana instrument, but it's like played with little drums. It's like ding, 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 ding. I'm sure it's like a traditional instrument. Yeah.
Sorts of, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I was digging that. I heard it a couple times. Like, ooh.
But there was definitely a lot of different sounds and explorative like timbres that did sound noisy.
They
but
had
it was
so many different
organized
samples
really well.
of sounds too. Like there's like the car horn in the beginning, by the end, like you had a whole like freaking.
There wasn't that anymore. I was like grateful for that. I was like, if there's too much car horn, I'm not gonna listen to this when I drive.
But that's the thing, because it's fun because it's like they just use different samples and they didn't overuse any of them. I don't know if the car horn ever even comes back.
I didn't.
It just might be the one time. Yeah, I didn't hear it.
I like that though. All right, let's go through again. I want to try to unpack the. Like this first beat, boom, 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 boom. It's so laid back.
And the melody, like you literally just have like.
And so swung, yeah, the rap. And this part is super speaky rap. I love that about it.
It kind of reminds me of like you said something about Pansori before, like the way that he's rapping. What's his name? Changbin. Like the way he was rapping it reminded me a lot of like Pansori and stuff.
No, they're like almost vocal frying, like ah.
It sounds like an instrument. It sounds like one of those
like the frog. It sounds like a guiro.
Yeah, when you're like, yeah.
It's more of a cultural question than I think a musician question. Vocally, what it sounds like is vocal fry, almost imitating a guiro when you like just barely send air past your vocal folds so they're not vibrating like I'm talking now, But like if I slow it down enough, and if I raise the pitch a little, it'll sound kind of like that. But I don't think they were doing that because you can do that without this whole mess. So that's what leads me to think it's maybe, because you mentioned like it plays on some pansori, I don't know, culture technique.
Yeah,
that maybe
like
it comes from that. I don't know, like a sound that they play with in their vocal culture. I have no idea.
This shit, it just bumped. That's the thing that I like about it, and about Stray Kids in general. It's like a thing, it's not like, yeah, sure, technically you could break it down, but it's just like, the song bumps. It bumps.
Can we break it down technically now? Why does it bump, Jason?
Well, the use of percussion is just like so great, and just rhythm. Okay, yeah, slowly it's gonna start bumping.
It's just so epic.
Like it's triplets. Now it bumps.
The way they play with space there too.
Now it bumps. That thing, now it bumps. I gotta figure out why it doesn't bump before, but then it bumps there. It's because it goes from boom, ga, ga, boom, to boom, ga, ga, boom, ga, ba, boom. Oh, wait, but I have to define that in actual terms. Not boom, gang, gang, ding, gang.
Isn't that like a pattern on the fuck is it called? Changu.
5 minutes later.
So the first one is this. It goes, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then it goes 1. Something like that, and because that last hit is like in the cymbal, that makes it fire! It's almost like a triplet, but it's being like filled out by the cymbal, Whoever was playing the drums on this. That's the thing that I think is so tight about this, is that the drum programming, like it's a set, like it's free, but it's like in the pocket. So like the rhythm is like just, it bumps!
It bumps!
It bumps!
So the English title for this track is Thunderous, while its Korean title, Sorikun, is the title for traditional pansori singers. Pansori is a genre of musical storytelling performed by a vocalist and a drummer.